Tamir Rice's murderer was fired today. He wasn't fired for murdering, though. Nah. Wasn't fired for killing a 12-year-old, not giving a 12-year-old a chance to throw away the little toy gun, because he was so petrified of a 12-year-old. He had to run up feet within Tamir Rice and take his life. Well, that officer, Timothy Loehmann, was finally fired today. And because I'm a human being with compassion and empathy, and I like to be an optimist, I thought maybe they were firing Timothy Loehmann, the killer of Tamir Rice, because maybe they decided, you know what, we don't want this kind of guy on our force. We don't want a killer, a man who would ride up next to a 12-year-old, act frantic, no control, no de-escalation whatsoever, and gun him down within 2 seconds. I made a mistake. I thought that it was possible that Ohio would have decency and common sense, understanding of human life, would see this young man's life as precious, and think in hindsight, maybe we don't want that kind of an officer on our police force endangering others. But I was wrong, guys, because the Ohio Police Department that fired Timothy Loehmann, the killer of Tamir Rice, was not fired because he took Tamir Rice's life. He was fired because he lied on a job application. Killing 12-year-olds, that's fine, that's cool. Sometimes you got to kill a 12-year-old, but don't you lie to us. No, don't you lie to us. Timothy Loehmann should have never been a police officer. That's not my statement. That's the statement of the previous department that he worked for, who said he was emotionally unfit for the job. And instead of the police department that hired Timothy Loehmann, instead of them checking the background of the officer, that they put a gun in his holster and sent him out there, unstable is all. He's on record as being called a liar. Before joining the Cleveland police force, Officer Loehmann worked for a smaller police department in Independence, Ohio, where supervisors recommended his termination. They cited instances of insubordination, lying, and an inability to emotionally function. Do you realize how horrible you have to be under stressful situations for someone to say you have an inability to emotionally function? Ladies and gentlemen, that's not regular shit. I have an 8-year-old. He has the inability to emotionally function because he's never experienced certain feelings before. Because he's 8. But when you're an adult and you have a gun and a badge and a license to kill, if a supervisor says you're emotionally unable to function, then I think the whole damn police force that hired you should be suspended and terminated. You know, sometimes we get caught up in this side or that side. There ain't no sides, man. None. This is not about sides. Law and order police, law and order person. You're either with the criminals or you're with the law enforcement community. Listen, this is about irreprehensible policing. Period. It's from the top down. This officer should not be the only one terminated. Whoever hired him should have been terminated. Whoever screened should have been terminated. His partner should have been terminated. The chief should have been terminated. All of them. Gone. How much is a life worth to you? So I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Samira Rice, the mother of Tamir Rice, for whom I gave too much credit to the Cleveland Police Department when I thought they may have doubled back and tried to get it right. But there I go with my head in the clouds, thinking that the right thing would finally be done and some form of justice be meted out to the family. I was wrong. This is America. When we fuck up, we don't apologize, we don't buck up, we don't own up, we double down. Fuck you, Cleveland, and fuck you, Timothy Loehmann.